we're going to be doing a no makeup look. Even though it's a no makeup, there's still a little bit of makeup. We're going to use makeup with our tinted sunscreen and a couple little additions here and there to really just bring a soft, natural look to the skin. Stay tuned and I'll show you the steps. So first things first, we're going to start with skin prep. I'm going to go in as usual with the MAC Hyper Real Skin Serum. Very generous amount of it. My Dior lip oil. We're going to do the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base and Face Base. Next, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Wonder Glow Instant Soft Focus Primer. I'm going to apply that and we'll be back to do the brows. So I'm going to slightly fill in my brows. I had the Anastasia Brow Definer in Auburn. And you can tell my little catch clips they're holding on for life back there. There's so much hair. I just want to very lightly just fill these in, and then we're going to fluff them up with some of the Rare Beauty, the Harmony Brow Laminate. So brows are done, and we've let that skincare and our primer sink in. And you see we have this nice, beautiful, healthy, glowing looking skin. I'm going to use my Marini, the physical protectant. This is the tinted SPF 45. This one's great. It's water resistant for up to 80 minutes. You do have to reapply sunscreen every 80 to 90 minutes. I'd really love that new Kapari spray, scent spray, because that's one of my biggest issues is reapplying, especially if I'm wearing a little bit of makeup. So I would love to try that, but that would be great when you need to reapply your sunscreen right on top of this. But I'm going to apply this and I'll be back. So I've just put 2 streaks of that tinted moisturizer on. I'm going to really massage it in my hands, kind of warm it up. And then we're going to apply it. And we're going to kind of pat and swipe out. And take a little right under the brow. And we're just going to work that down the neck. And it does automatically match to your skin tone. This one's a really great one. PCA has a really great one called Sheer Tint. I'm just going to blend that right down. And you see I'm not really massaging it, working it into the skin. Like I said, I'm just kind of patting and wiping out. It's that really fresh, luminous skin that you want your skin to look like. Healthy skin has a nice radiant glow. Next, I'm going to add a touch of concealer. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty. We're going with the Luminous Matte Concealer. I'm going to use shade Light Neutral, and it's called Coconut Flakes. And I'm just going to apply that under the eye, a little bit around the nose, just where I see a little bit of skin poking through. And I'm just going to use a little brush. And softly blend that out. You can even go on top of the lid with it. So I went ahead and set right up under the eye and on the eyelid with some of the Supergoop mineralized SPF powder. Just where I had placed that concealer, just give me a little bit of extra coverage, bring a little light to the center of the face. Color Science makes a really great one. And then I think Hawaiian Tropics has one. A couple of different brands have color or tinted powder SPF that you can set a tinted moisturizer like this with. It just gives a nice soft matte to the skin, and it's going to keep that little bit of concealer we placed on. So I'm going to go in with this dipstick. This is new to me. I have never tried them before. This is shade 2. So we're going to try this out. And we're going to keep our bronzer, instead of going right there to the corner of the ear, we're going to keep it kind of high on the face, and we're going to apply it right on top of that tinted moisturizer. And just the perimeter of the face, because that is where the sun would naturally hit you. And you can even do, you know, a smidge on top of the nose, because that's where the sun hits as well. We're going to blend that in and be right back. This is after applying that Dibs bronzer in shade number 2. And with that sunscreen, it blended really nicely. So now we're going to add the blush. Once again, just a little bit. I'm going to keep it higher up. I'm just going to marry those two together. I'm going to use my Mario F4 brush and just tap that into the skin. And that blends beautifully. So I'm going to take that same Dibs bronzer, and I'm going to take this brush from Spectrum. It is an A29 brush. I'm just going to kind of fluff that all over the lid. With a little bit of bronzer, with no bronzer. So I just took a little bit of Hoola bronzer and just kind of blended that in just a little bit, kind of set that cream that we put on. Did the same thing on the eyes. And then I'm going to go in with the Hourglass. This is the Luminous Flush Blush. That way we keep that nice glow. And I'm just going to put that right on top of that blush. And that's a beautiful combination together. I would take a clean brush, nothing on it, and just help blend that out. And because we put on that mineralized sunscreen, that's a powder, everything should be layering very nicely, no patchy points. That Dibs blush and that Hourglass is beautiful together. Now, I would have just normally threw some translucent powder, that mineralized translucent powder, right on top of my cream, and I would have called it done. I wouldn't even bothered to put the Hourglass or the Hoola bronzer or anything like that, I would have put that on and called it done. I'm going to throw on some of our House Labs mascara. And then I think I'm going to use that same Dibs color that I used on the cheek for the lip tint, and we'll be finished. So I lined my lips with the Huda Beauty lip pencil in Trophy Wife, the lip contour. And I'm going to take that same Dibs that we used for blush. I'm just going to take a little bit of it. And pat that right on. And so I'm just going to take a little bit. This is LA Colors Wickedly Glam Shimmering Gloss. And just add that right to the center. So that's it. That's all I would do. What we used more products in skincare than we did in the whole makeup look. I did add a little bit of a bone color right into the inside corner of my eye just to open it up some. But you could go through and you could add a highlighter and stuff if you wanted to. But just for a quick, simple makeup tutorial that gives you a little bit of makeup but not a full face, like you can still see my discoloration showing through, but my skin looks nice and healthy and glowy. And if I had that Kapari setting spray, I would definitely use it, lock everything in. But yeah, let me know how you think it looks.